Hello students, welcome back once again to the mathematics class. In this class, I am going to discuss with you real numbers chapter, in that exercise 1.1 exercise, in that the fifth question, right? From the fifth question, I am going to discuss with you. Now, the previous questions of exercise 1.1 and the introductory part of the real numbers, that is the concept video of the real numbers chapter, I have dealt in the previous session, which you can be notified by just clicking on the iCard. And all the rest of the like I have discussed 4 to 5 chapters of class 9. So go to the channel playlist, you will find the particular chapter which you want to notify. Okay, here there are linear equations in two variables and polynomials chapter. There is surface areas and volumes, all those chapter. The video lessons are in the channel playlist. Okay, now let's quickly come to the problem, today's session here. Fifth problem, represent 8 over 5 and minus 8 over 5 on a number line. Okay, here before this we had done 4 problems of the same exercise. We have found out what are the rational numbers and their properties, and 5 rational numbers inserted between 2 rational numbers, like that problems I had found out. So that is very important for the examination part, inserting the rational numbers between 2 numbers. Okay, we discussed the mean method and also another method of equal denominators method. Okay, here today we will represent the rational number on a number line. How do we do that? Let me draw the number line first. Preferably use a scale, yes, because it's let me draw an integer number line here. Yes, now taking 0 here, and if you see here, these two are they are the improper fractions. The numerator is greater than the denominator. Now for like that, first let me take 1 and 2. Also you can take more than that to this side, and if you take negative numbers to this side, you can take negative numbers to the number line. Now here when we are taking 8 over 5, so here one method is that if you change this into mixed fraction, it becomes 3 over 5, isn't it? So that means the number lies between 1 and 2. After 1, so 1 and 2, 3 over 5 is a mixed fraction for this, right? So like that also we can plot, and if not 8 over 5, we can also plot it as, see there are see the denominator 5 parts, so make them into 5 parts, 1 2 3 4, and the fifth part is this, right? And even this you make 1 2 3 4 and the fifth part, right? Here this is 1, this is 2, and this is 0, right? Here 8 over 5. So the first one I have made into 5 parts, and again another unit I have made into 5 parts because the denominator is 5. Here let us start. This is 0 over 5, that means 0 only. So the first one is 1 over 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5. This one is 5 over 5. 5 over 5 is nothing but 1 only, isn't it? Then again coming to 6 over 5, 7 over 5, 8 over 5, 9 over 5, 10 over 5. Okay, 10 over 5 is 2. So that's what we have written here, right? So I have segmented from 0 to 1, I have segmented into 5 parts. Again 1 to 2 into 5 parts because the denominator is 5. To this side also we do the same thing, 1 2 3 4 and the fifth part, 1 2 3 4 and the fifth part. Likewise we will write here, this is minus 1 over 5, here 0 over 5, isn't it? Minus 2 over 5, minus 3 over 5, minus 4 over 5. This comes to minus 5 over 5. It is nothing but minus 1 only. 5 gets cancelled. Minus 6 over 5, minus 7 over 5, minus 8 over 5, minus 9 over 5. So this is equal to minus 10 over 5, 2. So this is equal to, right? Here what I did, I segmented into 5 parts because the denominator. Now we will represent 8 over 5. Here 8 over 5 is clearly this part, positive 8 over 5, and minus 8 over 5 to this side of the 0, that is this part. Right. Here this is one method. Another method is that you can change this into mixed fraction 1 3 over 5 and minus, here we can write it as 1 3 over 5, right, minus 8. So this also we can write 3. From 1 to 2 it lies 1 above, so 1 to 2 it lies. So 3 over 5 means 1 2 and third one, so this is 8 over 5. And here minus to this side 1 3 over 5 is after minus 1 and minus 2 it lies here, minus 1 and minus 2 it lies. After minus 1, 3 by 5 is there, so 3 parts, 1 2 and 3, so minus 8 over 5. That is another method. Okay, so this method is just here itself you get 8 over 5. Like this we can represent on the number line. Okay, pause it and note it down. Let's see the next sum. Express the following rational numbers in decimal form. This is the 6th one. We have few problems in 1 and 2. Yes, I had noted down only 2 problems. The rest of the problems you do it for yourself. That is for your practice. For the model, I'll be explaining two problems in each bit. The rest if you do, in mathematics, if you do on yourself, you will be getting the answers easily. Okay, you have to practice for yourself. Right, now let's see here, rational numbers in the decimal form. We have to bring this PQ, BP over Q form, a rational number, into its point form, that is decimal form. This is very simple because it is having 1000 here. If the base is 10, 100, 1000 or the multiples of 10, we can easily write it without any simplification. This is simply, you have to place a decimal point after 3 digits from the left side because there are 3 zeros. If it is 2 zeros, you have to place, if it is divided by 100, you have to place a decimal point after 2 digits from there. That's simple. Okay. Now, this is in the decimal form. Right. Now, here comes the next one. 354 over 500. If you clearly see, this is not tens or hundreds. Okay, we will divide it or we will bring it first. If you see this, we can bring it into the simplest form, right? So first let us bring it into the simplest form by cancelling it. Okay, let us start with 2 table, right? 2 ones 2, 1 is carried over here, 2 sevens 14, again 1 is carried over here, 2 sevens 14. Now 2 twos are 4, 1 is carried over, 2 fives 10, 2 zeros. Now we got 177 over 250. So this is further not simplified, cannot be simplified. Here if you see 7 plus 7 14 plus 1 15, this is divisible by 3, right? When the sum of the digits are divisible by 3, this number is divisible by 3, but this is not divisible by 3. This number is divisible by 2 and 5. Okay, so only one table should be divisible by both the numerator and denominator. So the simplified version of this is this, but we need to bring it into the decimal form. So let us do it in the rough part. Just doing the normal division, right? 250, let us do 177. Yes, this is the, here this is lesser value. You can take a 0 by placing a decimal and take 1 0. Now 250 into how many gives 255 1250, again 5 times 6 times you can take, 7 times you can take, right? Here if you see 0 35 3 7 2 is 14 and 1750. So 250 into 7 is 1750. If you subtract it, you get 20. So 20 is less. For decimal point I can take 1 0, but again it is lesser. If you want to take one more 0, you should place a 0 here. Now how much this goes? Here the 7, so 8 times. 8 times clearly it is 2000. So we got 0. So the decimal expansion of this rational number is 0.708. Now moving on to here, this is the second part. Express the following rational numbers in decimal form. There are other problems here, do it for yourself, okay? And the second one, again we have to express in the decimal form. Simply we will be just doing the, taking the point, placing a 0, just dividing, okay? 2, 6, 3, 6, 18. So again 2, can take 0, 6, 18. Again 2, you can take 0, 6, 18. So this goes on, right? So that means we got 0.6666 like this. So that is 0.6, which is repeating, which is recurring decimal. That on that you can place a bar. That is a non-terminating recurring decimal, okay? It is not terminating, it is going on, but it is recurring. Which part of the decimal is recurring? 6 is been repeating, recurring, okay? Now here, moving on to the next one, this is negative. So 25 over 36. We will go for the division part. Let me do the division part here. Yes, here 36 and 25. Okay, so place a point. So you get 1 0. So how many times it goes? 5 times. If you see 5s, no, it will be more. If you take 4 times, so let me take 4 times, right? 6 4s 24, 2, 12 and 14. So that doesn't go. Yes, 5 times it doesn't go. 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. Okay, let us see for 8 times. 36 into 8. 6 8s 48. 8 3s 24 and 28. This is also more, so 7 times. 6 7s 42, 4. 7 3s 21 and 4 25. That is also more, so you have to go for 6. Just 2 more. 252 we are getting, but we should get below 250. Yes, 6 6 36, 3 6 3 is 18 and 3. That comes to 21. 216. Okay, so 6 times it is going. So if you are subtracting, you get 4 here and this 30 here, 34, right? And again you have to take a 0. You can take a 0. Now how many times it goes? We got it here. It since 36 8s we got. How much we got? 8 is 24 and 4 28 we got. So 9s we can take, right? Yeah, 9s we can take, because 10s is just this one. Okay, 6 9s 54, 9 3s 27 and 5 32. So 324 9 times. So how much you get? Here 6, here 1. So we can place a 0. Again, how many times it goes? 5 times. Let us see 5 times. 150. Yeah, it won't go 5 times. 4 times. Okay, 4 times. 6 4s 24. 2 4 3s 12 14. Yes. Again, how much you get? 6 here and 1 here, right? We got 60. So 160. Again 0 you can place 4s. So 144, right? 144. The same thing comes here. 16. So it's repeating. So this 4 is repeating. So we get negative 0.69444. Is been repeated. So we have to place minus. We have to place a bar on just 4. This is non-terminating recurring decimal, right? So this part. Okay, this has become somewhat clumsy, right? So it is going on. So the 4 is being repeated here. So since already negative part is also there, 0.694 bar. Okay, we have changed the rational numbers into the decimal numbers. Here the first part we got terminating decimals. The second part we got non-terminating repeating decimals. Now moving on to the 7th question. Express the following decimals in P by Q form where Q is not equal to 0 and PQ belongs to Z. Okay, so here the reverse way of this question. Here decimal is given, we have to change it into the P by Q form, that is a rational number. First, How we placed zeros? When 3 zeros are there, we placed a digit, we placed a decimal point after 3. Now we can remove this decimal point. To remove this, how many digits are there? 2 digits. So I can write 2 zeros, that is 100. If there is only one digit after the point, we can place 10. If there are 3 digits, we have to place divided by 1000. Now this we can simplify with 2 table, 2 5s, zeros, and 2 1s, 2 8s, 2 25s, 2 9s. Okay, so 9 over 25 is the P by Q form of this decimal. Okay, now moving on to the fourth problem. I had written for first and the fourth. The rest of the problems you can do it for yourself. This is for only model I am telling you, so that you can practice. Now here, to remove the decimal point, after decimal point, how many digits? 2 digits. So 3, 2, 5. So 2 zeros I am placing. Now here clearly it is divisible by 5. So 5 2s, 0, 5 6, 30. Okay, and 5 5s. 5 4s here, 5 1s, 5 3s, 15. So 13 over 4 is the decimal part of 3.25. So here we, in the sixth problem, we had changed into decimal, and the sixth problem we have changed the decimal into the rational form. Pause it and note it down. Express each of the following decimals in P by Q form. This is the eighth problem. Here we have non-terminating recurring decimals. Okay, because the bar is placed here, bar is placed on 2 places, here bar is placed on 1 digit. Okay, here this is a non-terminating recurring. How to proceed, how to bring it into the P by Q form? The sixth and the seventh problems are just terminating decimals, and also we have converted from rational to the terminating decimals. Now we will convert this into P by Q form. Now here, when such problems are there, let us suppose, let me suppose x as this one, 0.5 bar. That means x is equal to 0.5 bar, means 5 is repeated. Okay, so let us write like this, dot dot dot, 0.555. And here, since the bar is placed on 1 digit, the periodicity here is 1. Okay, we will call this as periodicity. So periodicity is 1. When periodicity 1 means on 1 digit it is placed. Here if you see the third problem, there are on 2 digits it is placed, so the periodicity is 2. When periodicity is 1, that means we have to multiply both sides of this x with 10. If the periodicity is 2, we have to multiply both sides. To this LHS, to the RHS side, we have to multiply with 100. If the periodicity is 3, we have to multiply with 1000 both sides. That is the a rule applicable for periodicity. Now multiplying with 10. What I am multiplying? Equation 1. Let me suppose this as equation 1. So multiplying equation 1 round up means that is an equation with 10. So that means it becomes 10x to the both sides of the equation. To this side and to this side I should multiply here. So that means 10 into 0.555 so on. Okay. So that means let us multiply here. 10x is equal to, when you multiply 10 here, the point changes to here. Just multiply 555 with 10 means you get a 0 here, and the point changes to this place. So this becomes 5.555 like this. Okay. So let us suppose this as equation 2. Now subtract equation 2 with equation 1. Okay, so that means 10x is equal to, we have 5.555. This is equation 2, and equation 1 is x. X is equal to 0.5. How do you subtract the decimals? We have to place point over point. For adding or for subtracting, you have to write the point over point, then we have to subtract. So let us subtract here. So this becomes 9x. 10x minus x is 9x. From here, if you see here, all are 5. So you get just zeros. here this becomes 5. So that means after point 0 has no value. So this is clearly 9x is equal to 5. So x is equal to 5 over 9. So what is our x? We supposed x as 0.5 bar is equal to 5 over 9. So we have written this non-terminating recurring decimal into p by q form. Let us see the next problem. That is the third problem I have written. There are 4 problems here. Now here the periodicity. Let us suppose this as x. Okay. So that means let me write again here 0.363636. This part of the number is been repeated. So there bar is placed on 36. So that x is equal to this one. Now here periodicity. What is the periodicity here is 2. Periodicity equals to 2. So that means we have to multiply both sides of x with 100. 2 means 2 zeros we have to take. So 100. So multiplying with 100 for equation 1. Okay. This equation 1, both sides are multiplying with 100. That is 100x is equal to 100 into 0.3636 likewise. So this is, let me suppose this. Okay, let me simplify and then we will suppose it. Multiplying with 100 means the point changes after 2 digits. That this becomes 36.3636 so on. So let me suppose this as equation 2. Okay, now the same procedure what we have done, subtracting equation 2 with equation 1. Subtract equation 2 and 1, we get 100x equal to 36.3636 so on, and first one is x is equal to 0.36. I should not place 0 here because while subtracting we should write point over point only. So 0.3636 so on. This is equation 1. So subtracting 100x minus x is 99x. So this comes all zeros, 0.36. So after 0.0 has no value, so x is equal to 36 over 99. Okay, this is the p by q form. Further, if you see this cannot be reduced to simplest form, but this can be reduced. Clearly, this is divisible by 9, okay, or also 3. So 9 fours, 9 11s, right? 9 fours here, 36, 9 11s. So x is equal to 4 over 11. So what is x? What I supposed x as? 0.36 bar. So that is equal to 4 over 11 is the p by q form. Pause it and note it down. Last problem of this exercise, without actually dividing, find which of the following are terminating decimals. So there are 4 bits here. So we should not bring them into the decimal form as we have done in the 8th problem, 7th problem and all that. Without actually doing the actual divisions, we have to say which of these are terminating decimals. Yes or no we have to say. So here there is a theorem like that you will be learning in your 10th class in detail, but here in brief I'll tell you. Here when this is in the p by q form, okay. So the denominator is q. So here q is equal to 25. Take the denominator's prime factors, write down the denominator's prime factors. So denominator prime factors is 5 square I can write. That means if any number's denominator is in the form of 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m, okay, if q equal to 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m, that means factors of 2 and factors of 5 in this form, then p over q here, then the p over q terminates. That means the decimal expansion of p by q will terminate. It it will get a terminating decimal. But here when you see we have only 5 raised to the power of 2, that means we don't have 2 raised to the power of n. I can write this as 2 raised to the power of 0 multiplied by 5 raised to the power of 2, where 2 raised to the power of 0 is nothing but 1 only. We know that anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. So I can write. Now this is in this form, isn't it? 2 to the power of n and 5 to the power of m. What is that? That is again our denominator. So denominator is satisfying this condition, then this fraction has a decimal expansion which will terminate. So here, which of the following are terminating decimals? Yes, terminating decimals. You can write just yes for this one. Likewise, here for the illustration I told you, but everything you can do it here. Now q is 18. Now the prime factors of 18, if you can write 2 nines, isn't it? 2 into 3 square I can write. Now this is not in the form of 2 to the power of n and 5 to the power of m, right? So it doesn't have a terminating decimal. No, this fraction cannot be written in the form of terminating decimal, right? Here again take q is equal to 20. Q is nothing but the denominator. So 20 I can write it as 4 5s 20, okay? 2 square into 5. So here that is clearly in the form of 2 to the power of n, 5 to the power of m. So therefore yes, it has a terminating decimal. We are not performing the actual division here. We are only checking the denominators and writing whether it is yes or no, whether it is terminating or not. Now moving on to the fourth one, the same way, q here is 42. So 2 into 2, 3, 6, 6, 7 is 42, right? 2 into 3 into 7, the prime factors of 42, right? So here we have 3 and 7. We should not have other factors. We should get only 2 raised to the power of n and 5 raised to the power of m for the denominator. So here the decimal expansion does not terminate. So we can write no. So with this, we are not performing the division. We can only check using the denominator. With this, we have come to the end of this exercise. We will see in our next class with the irrational numbers concept. Thank you all.